Biden's decision to pass the torch. Oregon Democratic delegates are standing behind his endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris.
Fox 12's Julia Lopez joins us in studio after speaking with one of those delegates. Julia?
The delegate I spoke to says he couldn't be happier to be supporting Kamala Harris in her presidential bid. He told me he's excited by her criminal justice background, her personal values, and he says her ability to unite voters of color.
I'm feeling really energized. I have been feeling energized from Sunday.
When Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race and endorsed his vice president, Oregon delegate Reginald Richardson Jr. says his phone blew up with voters thrilled about the news.
So to nominate a Black and Indian woman from Jamaican heritage, I'm tickled.
He says Vice President Kamala Harris is the obvious choice, but when her bid became official, he felt a sense of unity.
I'm happy that I get to see someone who looks like my mom, who looks like me, excited to see what that means for our country going forward, knowing that other Oregonians feel a similar way.
Today, the state's Democratic Party delegates unanimously voted to support Harris as the presidential nominee. They'll cast official votes virtually on August 1st. Richardson says he's confident Harris will unite voters in November, too.
If you have the Black community excited, it shows that you've energized a base that kind of had a little bit of apathy.
Richardson says a large part of what makes Harris a good candidate to him is her law experience.
There's this weird nuance that people are trying to make a prosecutor be a bad thing. And I am excited that we have someone who can combat a convicted felon who is attempting to be the president of the United States.
An Oregon committeeman to the Republican National Convention told Fox 12 in a statement, in part, the current president is forced out of a campaign in favor of someone who received not one vote in the primary, not the democratic process most envisioned in 2024. Contrast that with the unified convention in Milwaukee last week, where a former president who won a primary of competitors also won support of those competitors. Big contrast between the parties.
My hope is that we will be hearing the name Kamala Harris and supporting, and we'll see some balloons fall on a Black woman, a graduate of Howard, and a native of the state of California. So I'm excited.
Richardson will be in Chicago later in August, where Harris would choose her running mate if she becomes a nominee. An Associated Press survey of delegates shows that she does already have the votes needed to clinch the nomination. Pete, Nora.